Losing touch with your creative side can be frustrating, but it's totally normal and totally fixable. Here are 4 tips to help you reboost and respark that creative side of you. Revisit your why, not your feed. You know, there's a ton of content out there of a lot of people doing a lot of creative and amazing things, but is that really gonna inspire you? Is that really going to give you fresh new ideas? I think Nas said it best, there's no new idea under the sun. So how do we compete with that? I think the best analogy I could come up with, using social media to try to get inspired is the same as using a calculator to solve all your math problems. Sure, you're gonna find the right answers, but are you gonna learn something from it? Rather than trying to use social media to be inspired, I say reconnect with the why. You know, reconnect with why you even got into whatever it was that you had gotten into in the first place, whatever that was. For people our age, you know, we do remember a time before social media. We remember a time before computers. A lot of us didn't grow up with any of that. And so we had more traditional ways of being creative, like painting and sketching and drawing. Same goes for myself. I grew up, I've always been the creative type. Didn't always have a computer. I didn't have a laptop until I was in college. So I think that's why it's important to reconnect with the why. Look back at your old work. It's always good to get a little nostalgic and reconnect with who you were in the past and see how you've grown over time. And look at where you were at that time and think about that. Remember those moments when you created that stuff in the past and what you were going through. Remember where your life was at that time and get reconnected with that moment in time. Change your inputs. If you always consume the same type of content, your output gets stale. Switch things up. Watch something different, watch a foreign film, watch something that you wouldn't normally watch, listen to music you wouldn't normally. You never know what's gonna trigger some type of inspiration for yourself, even if it is other people's content you're watching on YouTube. I've been going down the rabbit hole with these camping videos, for example. I have no interest in camping. It's not really my thing. I'm not the outdoorsy type, but there's one channel in particular, Ryu Camp. It's a guy in Korea. You know, his channel, his videos aren't really so like tutorial heavy or really trying to push a product or giving you any kind of product reviews. I guess you could say it's a little bit more ASMR. It's really just him and his little dog, this little cute, little adorable dog of his, setting up his tent, which is really cool. It's this inflatable tent. I could go on and on about it, but there's no audio other than the music that's playing. He doesn't really talk in the video. It's usually just him by himself with his dog, but it's shot very cinematically. It's shot beautifully. You know, everything from the wide shots to the close-ups to him cooking to him, you know, inflating the tent, inflating his bed and his little seat, or the little cushion where his dog sits. You know, everything is just so well balanced and so well shot. And seeing stuff like that inspires me to do my own type of content as well, which is exactly my point. Like, I'm not really the camping type, don't really think I'm gonna start going camping, but it's taken me down that path of like just inspiring me, seeing somebody do that with the thing that they're passionate about. And it can help me and it can help a lot. Set a low stakes challenge. Give yourself small little tasks to do each day that is gonna reinvigorate that inspiration inside of you. Whatever it is, it doesn't matter. Give yourself at least an hour, maybe even less than that, depending on what your medium is. Give yourself something that's gonna give you a challenge, but also not take a lot of time out of your day. So my son's bedtime during the week is 9 p.m. So me and my girl alternate who's gonna take him into the bedroom, you know, shut off all the lights, TV, give him his last bottle for the night, and then the other person has an extra hour or two to stay up, watch TV, catch up on some shows, or just chill. So when it was my turn to stay up, you know, watch a little TV or relax or do something, that for me was the perfect time to give myself that little challenge, give myself that small task every day, you know, to get this thing reinvigorated, to get this inspiration going again. And doing that alone has given me the challenge of setting up my shots, you know, just refreshing my skills, right, with my photography and my lighting and my editing skills as well, so that when I do get to those bigger projects, you know, I'm a little bit more prepared and I'm not as rusty as I once was. Connect with other creators. Creativity is contagious. Surround yourself with other creative people. I'm fortunate where I have those creative people around me that are in my team that I work with on a regular basis. But at our age, it's hard to get out there and be collaborative and to network or to go to art shows. And if that's really not your scene, sometimes, you know, you just kind of grow out of it, right? Like, you don't want to be around people in their 20s if you're our age, if you're in your 40s, right? I could see how you could get disconnected from it. I think you just need to find like-minded individuals, but also there is a benefit to networking with people that aren't just in your age group. You get to see a fresh new take on similar ideas and similar passions and mediums of art, right? So I wouldn't completely close myself out or completely look past the thought of collaborating with somebody younger than me or even older than you, right? There might be some tips there that you might not have heard of or have even learned that is going to help you along the way. Surrounding yourself with creative people, especially from different generations, can breathe new life into your own work. So don't let life's obstacles discourage you, and don't let age deter you from the things that you have been passionate about your whole life. There's only one expiration date, and that's the only one that matters. So while we're here, let's make the best of it.